Shri V.R. Venkatachalamji, Chancellor of the Shri Ramchandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, Shri R.V. Sen Gutuwan Pro Chancellor, and Dr. P.V. Vijay Raghavan Vice Chancellor of Shri Ramchandra Institute of Higher Education and Research, distinguished members of the Board of Management and the Academic Council, deans, members of the faculty, students and staff members, my dear graduates, proud parents, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, I am highly delighted and honored to deliver the convocation address at this 32nd convocation of the Shri Ramchandra Institute of Higher Education and Research. With great pleasure, I congratulate all those who are present here, either physically or virtually, to receive their degrees, certificates, and medals for their exceptional educational accomplishments at this convocation today. In these difficult COVID times, I compliment all the students who have been successful in their respective programs, and a big shout out to their proud parents for giving necessary support to them. I also take this opportunity to pay my homage to the great visionary Shri N.P.V. Ramasamy Udayarji, who was instrumental and who had nurtured this great edifice of learning and research and built it up as one of the most reputed private educational institutions of the country. I am sure that his determination, perseverance, and commitment to give the best to society with respect to healthcare and medical education has contributed immensely to the growth and development of this institution. I note with great satisfaction that his beloved son, Shri V.R. Venkatachalamji, who is the Chancellor of this university, is following in the footsteps of his father and has been guiding the growth of the university in all possible ways. It is a matter of great delight to note that the university has ranked 28th among all universities, 13th among all medical schools, and 7th among dental schools in 2020 NIRF ranking. Based on its consistent academic accreditations, the UGC has graded the deemed university as a Category 1 university. I offer my heartfelt congratulations to the entire fraternity of the Institute for these outstanding achievements. I can see that the university is transforming into a multidisciplinary university in line with the national education policy of the Government of India. The uniqueness of this great institution plays a key role in attracting a large number of students from different parts of the country as well as abroad. I am especially happy that research is being given the utmost significance and that the institution has established a central research facility as the A to Z gateway for research to take care of all logistics of research planning on a ready-to-use platform for the entire university. It is heartening to hear that the University Central Library has a volume stock of 61,000 plus books for the use of students and faculties, in addition to a subscription to 785 journals. Also, I note that the Medical Council of India had acknowledged Shri Ramchandra Medical College as a nodal center for medical education technologies in 2009, and that the nodal center at Shri Ramchandra Medical College has been imparting training to the faculty members of nearly 58 medical schools. My dear young friends, as you all know, we are at a crucial stage amidst the COVID 19 pandemic. While we celebrate this momentous occasion, let us all salute the frontline health workers, the doctors, the nurses, technicians, transporters, police personnel, emergency medical technologists, pharmacists, and everyone, including the journalists who supported patient care during this pandemic, being prepared to risk their own health and life. I understand that your institution had provided a separate block for the COVID patients. I am also happy that your institution has been chosen to conduct ICMR vaccine trials and has also served as a testing center for COVID since early April 2020. Dear graduates, you should feel proud of your alma mater, which has a great legacy to bestow upon you. You must make your parents and teachers proud of your achievements, be it in your profession or higher education and research. India has faced a lot of challenges since independence. One among them has been providing quality health care for all and the challenges at providing adequate human resources infrastructure and introducing change in the healthcare system. My government is poised to provide all these. This year, we have already made a substantial increase in our healthcare spending. The recent pandemic has showcased the contribution of the government sector towards adequate health care, both intensive care and otherwise. The central government is taking up the vaccination drive in a big way. Presently, our doctor patient ratio is 1 is to 1700. This should improve to 1 is to 1000 as per WHO norms. There is a definitive move to increase the number of medical colleges and also the number of medical graduates. We are steadily working in this direction. Similarly, the number of hospital beds available is 9 per 10,000 of the population. This needs to be immediately increased to 40 per 10,000. You will be happy to know that only in the last 1.5 years since Narendra Modi ji took over once again as the Prime Minister of the country, we have planned to convert 75 district hospitals into medical colleges, new medical colleges, out of which 14 belong to Tamil Nadu only. And already 157 medical colleges in the whole country in the last 6 years are in the various process of being converted into medical colleges. From 6 AIIMS in the country, we have already reached a level of 22 AIIMS in various processes or stages of development. There is a lot of scope for medical professionals to innovate and improvise and facilitate the Prime Minister's dream of a Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India through research and development initiatives. We have been overcoming the challenges in the healthcare delivery system of our country since independence. The central government has been taking effective steps to improve the doctor patient ratio as well as to increase the patient bed ratio. With active support from the central government, new medical colleges and AIIMS have been started in the country during the past 6 years. My government has initiated a series of actions to prevent spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Honorable Prime Minister has himself interacted with the chief ministers of all the states and UT administrations and all stakeholders to regularly understand issues and collaborate with the states for effective COVID management. To ensure accessibility of quality treatment for both COVID and non-COVID health services in far-flung areas, the use of telemedicine has been promoted in a big way in 2020. eSanjeevani, a web-based comprehensive telemedicine solution, is being utilized at the moment in 23 states of the country to extend the reach of specialized healthcare services to the masses in both rural areas and isolated communities. As of today, something like over 12 lakh teleconsultations have been held on this digital platform. In our larger commitment to improve the health of the nation, our government has also launched the world's largest health insurance scheme called the Ayushman Bharat, which comprises of two components. The first component pertains to the creation of 1,50,000 health and wellness centers by upgrading the sub-health centers and the rural and urban primary health centers in both urban as well as rural areas, which will bring healthcare closer to the community and strengthen the preventive, promotive and positive aspects of healthcare delivery system. The second component is the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Under Ayushman Bharat, around 10.74 crore poor and vulnerable families have been identified as per socio-economic caste census, and they are entitled for a health cover of rupees 5 lakhs per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. With continued efforts in providing quality healthcare services, India has become a reputed destination for medical tourism. The number of patients from foreign countries seeking healthcare services of international standards is being provided at an affordable cost here. My dear young doctors, being a medical professional and a practitioner and an ENT surgeon myself, as well as the father of a young doctor, I do know the amount of incredible hard work that needs to be put in by every medical student. Studying medicine is itself a rigorous task. Medicine is a profession that requires years of practice to establish one's reputation. However, the esteem and honor one receives in this field is incomparable. A good doctor who saves a life often lives beyond his own life. As a good doctor, he or she is remembered forever by the patients and the family members as well. I am sure you will choose to do the right things in a righteous manner with the best of your intentions and efforts and will be successful in all walks of your life. My dear young friends, education is the key to success in life, and teachers make a long-lasting impact in the lives of their students. It is important for the personal, social and economic development of the nation as well to live with happiness and prosperity. Education empowers minds that will be able to conceive good thoughts and ideas. Education also enables students to do an accurate analysis while making choices for life. For every college student, the graduation ceremony is the most important occasion. Medical practice is considered as a noble profession, and so is teaching. A medical university or college is thus a twice blessed institution. My dear young doctors, the convocation ceremony conducted today marks the culmination of your efforts and transition from students to professional readiness to serve society. I urge you to be passionate about your chosen profession, demonstrate integrity, follow ethical standards, and always be willing to be familiar with the technological developments taking place continuously in your chosen field of profession and be a lifelong learner. A lifelong commitment to going forward is essential, and you must always look to give back to your alma mater. Our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has great confidence in the power of the youth and rightly believes that they are the biggest national asset that we have. Youth being a demographic dividend of our country, the next 5 to 10 years are expected to be a kind of golden era for India. I urge all of you to move with great self confidence and zeal to achieve the glory that is due for India. While aggression is important in modern life, I sincerely believe that we should follow the Gandhian philosophy which touches all aspects of life. Our youth should imbibe Gandhiji's teachings to create a better and just society. I acknowledge that COVID 19 has turned the clock back by many years, if not decades. The deadly virus has derailed our painstaking efforts of many decades and diverted scientific attention. The lockdowns have raised insurmountable barriers, interrupted supply chains, diversion of manufacturing capacity, and imposition of many roadblocks. This period needs strategized thinking, thought leadership, and disruptive social entrepreneurship. It needs mass mobilization, aggressive campaigns, powerful partners, and deep commitments. And most of all, it needs a powerful societal commitment. Doctors are the backbone of any society. If our doctors are committed, then many things will automatically fall into place. My young friends, a great future beckons you. If you work hard and honestly to give your best in anything that has been entrusted to you, please note that success and reward shall not accrue in a single day. In India, there is an old saying that doctors are second to God on this earth. The great Voltaire once said, those who are occupied in the restoration of health to others by the joint exertion of skill and humanity are above all the great people of the earth. They even partake of divinity, since to preserve and renew is almost as noble to create. With these words, I once again convey my heartiest congratulations to all of you, your proud parents, and your teachers, and wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you.